All right, welcome back to WMA Now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with some Combate Global news. So Combate has announced an all-women's event. It's going to go down on Saturday, June 8th in Miami, Florida. And it's going to be headlined by a strawweight bout between Melissa Amaya, who's moving down to strawweight for the first time in 4 fights. She's taking on France's Samantha Francois. Now, this isn't the first time that Combate has done an all-women's event. They have done it several times in the past, and it's good to see that they are bringing it back again. Only 3 bouts, at least 3 that will be televised. So that's a little bit disappointing, but you know what? I'll take 3 over none any day. I also like that it's in the month of June, which is the same month as Invicta's first event in a while, so gives me plenty to talk about in the month of June. I'm excited. So looking at the card so far, the two big fights are pretty good, and then I'm not too familiar with the last fight, but it should be pretty fun. Let's get into it. So first up is a flyweight bout between Regina Kill Bill Tarin and Fernanda Marrufo. I've never seen Tarin fight before, but looks like some of her fights might be on Fight Pass. I'll have to go back and watch them. Fernanda Marrufo, I remember her fighting Maritza Sanchez last year. That was an unfortunate fight for her because she just got run over. Looking at the stats here, Tarin is undefeated at 2-0. Marrufo coming in at 1-1. Let's see. Tarin just fought fairly recently. Let's see, what's the date on that? Picked up a decision win at Budo Cento Championship 21 on April 12th. Now Fernanda Marrufo hasn't fought in closing in on a year. She fought Maritza Sanchez. Has been a year. May 28th of last year. Had a fight scheduled since then, but that got canceled back in October. Other than that, the stats are kind of all over the place on this one. No age for Tarin. Marrufo is 31, which surprised me because she doesn't look anywhere near 31. No other stats available for Marrufo. Tarin stands at 5'7", 170 centimeters. So, not too familiar with either of these fighters. Like I said, I've seen Marrufo fight once. Tarin, I'll definitely have to go back and see if I can find her fights on Fight Pass under Budo Cento Championship. But we'll see how this one turns out here at Flyweight. The co-main event is at Atomweight. This is one I'm intrigued by. It's Ana Guerrera Palacios taking on Melissa Gomez. This is going to be a very clash of styles type of fight because you have the grappler Palacios taking on Gomez, who in her 4 fights, all through for Combate Global, I'm having a hard time remembering her going to the ground in any of them. She primarily stays on the feet. So that should make for, we'll see who will win out here, the grappler or the striker. Looking at the stats here, Palacios comes in at 7-3-1. Gomez is undefeated at 4-0. Now, looking at Palacios, she's lost her last 2. And she was on a nice, 5-fight winning streak before then. Her last win was in July of 2022 against Bohemian Park. Since then, she lost both fights last year. Decision to Chihiro Sawada, and then a TKO loss to Anastasia Nikolakakos back in December. So she's looking to pick up a win. Gomez last fought, I believe that was in December as well. Let me see. In August. She last fought in August, picking up a decision win over Katie Perez. Gomez is the elder fighter at 32-25 for Palacios. Gomez is another fighter. I thought she was a bit younger than that. Let's see. So I'm almost positive this height is wrong for Palacios here. She's listed at 4'8", 142 centimeters. I don't think she's that small. Gomez is listed at 5'4", 163 centimeters. She'll be the taller fighter either way, but I'm almost sure that height is wrong for Ana Palacios. So as I was saying, this is a very style versus style type of matchup. Palacios is very deadly with her submissions on the ground, but she really lacks in her striking. Whereas Gomez, like I said, haven't really seen much of anything of her on the ground. She primarily boxes. One thing I've noticed with her is that she tends to keep opponents on the far edge of her punches. And when she's following them around, she doesn't use a lot of angles in her footwork. And it means that she's constantly moving forward, and she tends to overextend on a lot of her punches. I think if she used her footwork better and set up her combinations better, she could put some more pop in her punches. But as it is, she's mostly overreaching, overextending on a lot of her punches. So she's not getting a lot of power in them, but she is getting the job done of keeping her opponents on the outside. That, however, does leave an opening for Palacios. If she could duck under some of those overextended punches, she could get inside to work for a takedown. We'll see if she's able to do that. And then finally, in the main event, this will be at Strawweight. Melissa Amaya taking on Samantha Jean-Francois. So this will be Amaya's first fight at Strawweight since her second bout. She debuted at Bantamweight. Then her second fight, which was only a month later, fought all the way down at Strawweight. And then from then on, has been fighting at Flyweight. So she is now moving back down to Strawweight. I remember someone telling me that really she belongs more at Strawweight. Samantha Jean-Francois, she has fought all over the world. I mean, I remember her fighting. I know she's fought in Ryzen. I could have sworn she fought in Ryzen. Yes, she did. She fought in Ryzen 15 all the way back in 2019, losing to Reina Kubota. And she has a bunch of names on here that are familiar. Not always wins, unfortunately for her, but definitely a collection of names on here. Looking at the stats, La Mamba coming in undefeated at 6-0. Spicy Jean-Francois coming in at 8-7. Melissa Amaya last fought early last year. What was that? Back in April. Took a majority decision win against Jillian Null. Has been injured since then. She's finally recovered. Jean-Francois last fought in, I believe that was a French promotion. Let me see. Yeah, some small-time French promotion. Dropped a unanimous decision loss. Before that, though, she had collected, I think, both the Strawweight and Flyweight titles for Hexagon, which is one of the bigger French MMA promotions. Jean-Francois will be the elder fighter at 37. Amaya is 29. They are the same height, 5 feet 4 inches, 163 centimeters. No reach listed for Jean-Francois. Amaya is listed at 64 inches, 163 centimeters. So identical reach to her height. So Jean-Francois is more of a kickboxer. I mean, even in her Tapology picture, she's wearing, kickboxing gloves. That's her background. Amaya is a complete mixed martial artist. I feel she should win this fight here. I think this is a good name for her in her first fight back at Strawweight, but it's a name meant to challenge her while also being a good showcase, and it's a name that has some international recognition. Not big name recognition, but the name is definitely familiar. So Melissa Amaya getting, how do I put this? This should definitely help put her over as she makes her return to the Strawweight division. And my early pick's going to be Melissa Amaya to take this one. So there you have it. Combate Global putting on an all-ladies event. 3 fights. It's going to go down on June 8th in Miami, Florida. You can catch it Spanish language in Univision. English language is going to be on Fuse TV, which is a streaming platform. You can go check that out. I'm not sure what it costs. But I think if you download the Univision app, you can watch it for free. You just have to watch it with Spanish commentary. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the vid, hit that thumbs up button. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to Wmma Now, the best, most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.